Many of us are used to starting the day with a shower. It seems to help wake us up, boost our energy, and provide a sense of freshness and cleanliness. But as we age, our usual morning routines require rethinking, especially something like a morning shower. After the age of 70, the body changes, and what was once natural may now carry hidden risks. When we wake up, our body hasn't fully switched on yet. Blood pressure can be low, the pulse slow, and the breathing shallow. Blood circulation is slower, and the brain isn't receiving enough oxygen. This is normal during morning wakefulness, but if this state is abruptly altered, for example by hot water, steam, and moist air, the blood vessels can dilate too quickly. This leads to an even greater drop in pressure, which can result in dizziness or even fainting. The story of Jerry, 81 years old, illustrates this clearly. He had always been energetic and independent, living alone and valuing his morning rituals. Every day, he would get out of bed and almost immediately go for a shower. The hot, enveloping steam helped him feel alive. But one day, everything changed. He hadn't drunk water or walked around a bit. He simply went to the bathroom as usual. At one point, he felt the room spinning before his eyes and lost his balance. He woke up on the floor with a bruised shoulder. After an examination, the doctor explained the body simply couldn't handle the abrupt change in conditions. The heart and blood vessels in older age need time to adapt. A simple rule suggested by the doctor turned out to be life-saving. After waking up, drink a glass of water, do a light warm-up, for example, stretch, walk around the room, or sit by the window. Only after 30 to 40 minutes, take a shower. By then, the body has woken up, the blood pressure normalizes, and the brain receives more oxygen. Now Jerry says, I don't rush. I give myself time to ease into the day. And he feels much better. There's no need to exclude the morning shower. Just move it to a slightly later time. Let the beginning of your day be gentle and thoughtful. Don't hurry. In mature age, self-care is not a weakness, but wisdom. Allow your body to enter the rhythm, calmly, confidently, without risk. That is true self-respect. A hot shower before bed seems like a true pleasure. After a long day, it feels as though it washes away fatigue, relaxes the muscles, and takes away worries. For many, it's a familiar evening ritual that marks the end of the day. But as we get older, what once helped us may suddenly start causing harm. This is especially true when it comes to the elderly body, which finds it more difficult to adjust to rapid temperature changes and high humidity. When a person prepares for bed, the body naturally lowers its temperature. This is an important physiological process. Cooling down signals the brain that it's time to sleep. The whole body adjusts to this rhythm. The pulse slows down, the blood pressure drops, and the muscles relax. A hot shower does the opposite. It stimulates the cardiovascular system, expands blood vessels, and raises the body temperature. The heart starts working harder, and the breathing rate increases. Instead of preparing the body for sleep, it seems to be getting a signal to act. This is what happened to Marilyn, who recently turned 77. She always took a shower late in the evening, just before bed. It was her way of switching off the day. But in the past few months, she started waking up in the middle of the night. Her heart would race anxiously, and she had difficulty falling back asleep. At first, she thought the problem was related to thoughts and anxiety. However, a visit to the doctor helped her see things differently. The doctor explained that the cause might be her shower ritual. Her body was struggling to calm down after overheating, especially in combination with age-related changes in the vascular system. Marilyn followed the advice. She started taking her shower earlier, for example, after dinner 2 to 3 hours before bed. She also lowered the water temperature a bit, not cold, but closer to warm than hot. After a week, she noticed changes. Her nights became calmer, there were fewer awakenings, and the feeling of anxiety disappeared. Most importantly, her body seemed to thank her for this new, gentler approach. It's important to understand, an evening shower is not just a matter of hygiene. It's a moment when you can either help your body or put unnecessary strain on it. It shouldn't be a test for the heart or the thermoregulation system. It's better if it feels like an embrace. Warm, gentle, but not scalding. As we age, it's not enough just to keep our habits. We must learn to adapt them. Listen to your body. Adjust your rituals so they become allies to your health, not burdens. After all, self-care begins with the understanding that what was good in the past may not always be the best choice now. Many people are accustomed to showering on a schedule, in the morning, in the evening, or simply whenever there's free time. Sometimes this happens after a meal. It seems convenient, especially if the day has been busy and you want to refresh before going out or before resting. But after eating, our body focuses on an entirely different task, digestion. And if you take a shower at this time, especially a hot one, you might inadvertently harm yourself. When we eat, most of the blood is directed to the stomach and intestines. This is necessary for effective digestion. The blood vessels in the abdominal area expand, and blood pressure can slightly drop. The body works to digest food, break it down, and distribute nutrients. It's a delicate process that requires balance. Now imagine you step into a hot shower. The temperature rises, the skin starts to release heat, and the body tries to regulate its temperature. This also requires blood. A conflict arises. The same blood needs to be in two places at once, in the stomach and in the skin. This is exactly what Walter, 75, experienced. After lunch, he often took a shower, considering it part of his routine. But he frequently noticed that he felt a little dizzy, weak, and sometimes even nauseous. He attributed it to his fatigue or to blood pressure, until one day it ended in a fall, right in the bathroom. Fortunately, there were no serious injuries. The doctor explained the body simply didn't have enough resources to handle two tasks at once. The strain was too much. Now, Walter does things differently. He waits at least 45 minutes after eating before going for a shower. Sometimes he waits an hour. During this time, the body manages to digest most of the food, blood circulation normalizes, and blood pressure stabilizes. The shower no longer feels like a strain, but genuinely brings relief. He says, "I stopped rushing. Everything became simpler and calmer." This rule, giving yourself a break between eating and showering, might seem like a small detail, but it's these little things that make life safer and more predictable in older age. Over the years, the circulatory system becomes less flexible. What was once handled on the go now requires time and patience. Treat yourself gently. Let your body do one thing at a time. First digest, then rest. The shower will still be there and your health will thank you. At first glance, a shower seems like a simple, everyday thing. But the older we get, the more nuances begin to appear. Water temperature, bathroom ventilation, the time of day, and even the weather outside, all of these factors start to play a role. This is especially true when it comes to the health of an elderly person. Small inconveniences that might have been ignored before can now pose real risks. In the summer, when the temperature is already high, or in bathrooms without ventilation, a shower turns into a real steam bath. The body starts to overheat, and this can happen more quickly than the person realizes, especially for older individuals. As we age, the thermoregulation system weakens, sweating decreases, blood vessels respond more slowly to heat, and the heart struggles to cope with the load. All of this can lead to weakness, dizziness, and even heat stroke. Betty, 80 years old, learned this the hard way. She always took a shower during the day, after lunch. It seemed that the water would refresh her, but instead of feeling energized, she would feel tired, sluggish, and sometimes eager to lie down right after the shower. Everything changed after a simple conversation with her grandson. He visited her and noticed how hot the bathroom was. The window wouldn't open, and there was no ventilation. Together, they installed an exhaust fan and started leaving the door slightly open to allow for airflow. Betty also moved her shower to the morning hours when it's cooler in the apartment. The result was amazing. She felt more energized, and the sense of being drained disappeared. However, it's important to remember extremes are also dangerous. Sometimes, after hearing about the benefits of cool water, elderly people decide to start their mornings with a cold shower, thinking of it as a form of hardening. But such sudden exposure can be dangerous. Blood vessel constriction, a sharp spike in blood pressure, and stress on the heart, all of this can lead to dizziness and, in severe cases, fainting. Bill, 73, once decided to try a shock by turning on cold water in the morning. He didn't even notice how his legs buckled and his vision blurred. Fortunately, his family was nearby. This incident served as a wake-up call for him. Even habits need to be chosen based on age and health status. The ideal shower for an elderly person is moderately warm water, fresh air in the bathroom, in a calm, measured pace. No rushing, no extreme temperatures. The shower should not be a test, but a joy. It's important to create an environment where the body feels safe and the mind is at peace.